So where we're looking for points, very basic and simple. You got the flat side, gradual goes up the hill, and there's obviously habitation up there. I'll guarantee, I've never been up there, but I'll guarantee it, there's habitation. There's places up there where they live. Flatter side of the creek, you got the ditch here, small creek. Then you got the steep side. It's actually a bluff up there, pretty steep here. And at half mile either side of that waterway is the important stuff. Unless that has been worked, you gotta dig it. So that's kind of the quandary. You'll have a flat side, you'll have a steep side, but this bluff comes right down. Actually, there's a solid rock bluff right over here. I'll explain more about that in a minute. Okay, so a tip here. This isn't the best example, but still. We got the creek right behind us. Got the big tall hills. They go up away from it, including a bluff right here on my left, but we got this drainage that comes down through here, and you always check these drainages out. Always look in these drainages. They're a funnel point for stuff that could get to the water. Stuff they may have lost here, worked here on over the years. Right now it's got a lot of leaves, but it funnels things in. It's amazing how many things I've found over the years. Dolomite. It's amazing how many things I've found over the years in these little ditches, these little drainages, these little draws. You want to be sure and check them out, because there's a lot of places for artifacts to be caught and trapped behind some of these bigger rocks. That's a tip y'all need to try to remember. So another thing when you're hunting these ditches and these creeks, it's not just the gravel bar, it's not just the water, but you need to be peeking at them banks also. Rare, but once in a while, I'll look up there and find something poking out. And one time, way back in the 70s, I was fishing a creek, and I seen across the creek in a high bank, I saw something poking out, and it ended up being a cache of 5 big points all together. Talk about being worthwhile. I never found anything there ever again. So, gravel, water, and the high bank, check out that eroded bank. Because all the time, rocks are falling out of this bank. They just fall out. And once in a while, it's an artifact that falls out. Or you see one poking out. So there you go. So another tip, y'all. I like these inside bends, where this ditch makes a kind of a 90. Actually, it kind of wraps around on itself. And that means it deposits rock on the inside of the bend. And bends that artifacts, arrowheads, are a little bit lighter in weight, hydrodynamic shapes, they flutter. They will very often tend to collect on those inside bends. I mean, it's found a bunch of stuff on over the years. So I'm going to look this one over pretty good. See if I can make something happen. So I'm on this inside bend, like I was talking about, where the current will backwash and leave gravel behind it. And just the amount of flakes and chunks in this 20-foot stretch here is way more than it was above me. I found that adds nothing major, but there's all kinds of neat hit-on pieces, so kind of proves my point to a degree. Most of them are flatter, different sectional density or whatever than a just bark. Boy, bark can look like an arrowhead though. Leaves can look like arrowheads. But they weigh different, they handle, the water makes them move different. And I can't believe how many pieces off of blade cores are laying here, just right here in a row. So I walked back through it. There's another one right there I didn't pick up a while ago, I don't think. I don't understand that. That's kind of interesting. Be nice to find a point here and prove my point, but that's okay. Yeah, there's a piece. I mean, I probably, in that, from there to that high spot, there's 20 pieces that are definitely man-made. Or were hit on by man, not necessarily man-made. I'm getting all confused now. I am always going to hunt these intersecting ditches, drainages, smaller creeks. It doesn't work any better than anything else, but it has worked good enough over the years to make it worthwhile to find maybe fresher stuff before it gets to the main creek. Always going to hunt these drainages that come into the larger creeks. Always. You know, you never know on these videos, at least I don't know where you're going to go with it, where it's going to turn out, how it's going to turn out. That wasn't much of one. I really found very little. But I tried to explain some of my thought processes. And I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep doing it the way I do it. A lot of hours are involved. Hopefully before too long, some of my better fields and better areas will get turned over and worked where I can find stuff in them. And of course also, I need to do a dig. And I just don't have find the time to do that. So I also started another video while I was out here today, more of a teaching. That'll be coming along pretty soon. I'm going to try to get that thing right. Explaining some real serious how I do things. It'd just be kind of nice to have some artifacts to back that up. But I think it's the end of this one. I may go somewhere else and start another video. I don't know how this is going to work. Guys, it's just me. I keep it as real as I can. I'm not fancy. I keep saying that. But there's new folks come along. I got some pretty neat videos people like from back when I first started, some how-to in-depth stuff. You might go look some of them up. If you like what I'm doing, subscribe and click that little arrowhead right down there. God bless you guys. We'll talk at you next time.